I imagine, like many of us, I don't think much about modern politicians and our modern political leaders, and that's because they're essentially caretakers for the globalist system. They must enforce liberal social policy and liberal economic policy. You can be a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right, but if you go outside of the boundaries, you'll just be ousted. This is an open secret really, and most people know it. However, the political mainstream tries to pretend that our vote really matters, as does the media. But in reality, nothing major changes. We ask not to have mass immigration, they'll double it year on year. We ask not to have multiculturalism, we're told to shut up because we're racist. That's why it's extremely refreshing to see a politician who led the country for once actually tell the truth.
I think people in Britain are waking up to the fact that we have a failed state in this country. Mm-hmm. They're waking up to that. Previously, they've said, we've just got the most useless bunch of idle politicians in the world. Let's throw them out and get a new lot in. They're now discovering that every time they do that, things aren't getting any better. So it is a fundamental problem with the state.
Now, I'm not exactly a Liz Truss fanboy, but I think that's exactly right. For anybody who watches football, this is exactly what's going on at Manchester United at the moment as well. They keep hiring and firing managers every year or two, but nothing ever changes because the problems are fundamental at the club. Now, this doesn't stop the football media releasing endless videos about how the Man United players need to work harder, how the tactics need to be better, but ultimately it's all just a pantomime to keep the masses entertained. And that's because Manchester United, just like the UK now, is in the grip of globalist bankers who are happy to utilise people's historic loyalties, identity and traditions to leverage masses of debt while draining out cash flow.
My view of how much needs to change is probably bigger than most people's, of all those people I've just mentioned.
Because you experienced it firsthand.
I've experienced it at the top level in government. I've experienced a metaphorical gun being put to my head to not pursue a particular policy. That's what I've experienced, which has made me realise just how deep the issues are.
Now, who was putting that metaphorical gun to Liz Truss's head? It wasn't the people. They didn't vote her in anyway, and even if they wanted her out, they'd be ignored. It wasn't other politicians. It was the Bank of England, fundamentally, the economic system, in other words. Now, why Truss is deciding to be so open about this, who knows? It certainly means her political career is over. Maybe she wants to be a commentator. Maybe she just wants to be honest. Let me know what you think down below. But I don't think we should despair too much. The system is obviously stacked against us. However, all systems end. But I do believe the one thing we can do at the moment is personal and spiritual revolution of ourselves. That's what I speak a lot about on the Substack. Do check that out down below. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and do consider subscribing if you're new.